Great! Son of a bitch. Gia.
Hey, what's up?
Not a lot, just working on this acting ability. What about you? What are you doing?
Nothing much, just watching some TV.
Anything good?
Yeah, it's actually why I called. I thought we could review the show Arrow.
Not too familiar with it. What's it about?
It's the new show that's based on the Green Arrow comic books.
I'm gonna lay this to you straight, Jake. This sounds a little lame.
Come on, man, just give it a shot.
I guess. What station is it on?
It's on the CW. You still there?
Yeah, I just gotta go.
Alright, well, give me a call when you finish it.
Okay, I will. Fuck that. Score, it's Jake. Gia.
Hey, man, what's up?
Nothing much, just taking in these sights.
I was wanting to know, did you watch that show yet?
No.
Why?
It's the CW. It was the recycled UPN. No one wanted to watch the UPN back in the day, so why would I want to watch the CW now?
What the hell, man? You know what? Whatever.
He just hung up on me.
Bitch. It's gotta be done.
I've been expecting you.
It's time to cross another name off the list.
Are you sure?
Yeah. You know what to do.
I'll be right there.
Shut the door. Shut it! John?
Yeah. You said it was time.
What's wrong with your voice?
Sorry. I've had something caught in my throat all day. Oh, okay, that's better. Oh, that's better. You said it was time.
Did you bring it with you?
Yeah. It's in the trunk.
Let's go get it. Go.
Fix that.
We just open it.
Okay. You want to help?
Just do it!
Okay, here we go. 1, 2,
Now!
and now.
What?
No, it's fine. I don't know, I had this idea in my head that it was going to be like a Pulp Fiction moment. Just have gold light come out of the trunk. It was going to be exciting. But I'm fine, that's what I'm here for. Grab it, let's do this thing.
One arrow?
Yeah, 1 arrow. You said bow and arrow, not bow and arrows.
Why would I only need one?
You said you were a dead shot.
I don't know that.
You better find out.
Zachary!
Gia! Jake? Is that you? Are you wearing girls' makeup?
No? It doesn't matter. You failed this show.
I thought that blender was $29. I did not know it was on retail at $39.
What are you talking about?
The Price is Right this morning?
No! Fearless Reflections!
What's that show about?
We review movies and TV shows.
Okay.
You're the weak link in the chain. I've got to take you out.
I just ate, but I can go for some Taco Bell. Loaded! Ooh. Blessed rabbit's tail. Ooh. He got me with the space rocket. Ooh.
It'll be okay. It's almost over. It's here. It's okay. Is it done?
Yeah.
Good. Here. You'll need this.
Are you really hiding it right there?
Yes. He keeps it safe. It's fine.
You're so stupid sometimes.
That's just mean. Don't listen. Don't cry.
Let's talk about Arrow.
Yay! Finally.
My name is Oliver Queen. For 5 years, I was stranded on an island with only one goal: survive.
Oliver Queen is alive.
Now I will fulfill my father's dying wish.
Make it home. Right my wrongs.
To use the list of names he left me and bring down those who are poisoning my city. To do this, I must become someone else. I must become something else.
I'm Jake.
I'm John, and we're going to talk about Arrow. The TV show Arrow is based off the DC comic series Green Arrow, which is a mix between Batman and Robin Hood. On the CW, which kind of rode me off to begin with, pulled me in. The show so far is more than I thought it was going to be. So let's go ahead and start talking about that.
What did you like about the show?
I like the new style of storytelling they're doing with these new shows. There's been a couple so far that I've seen I've liked, where it's more action than normal. It's probably about 25-75% action to storytelling. It used to be like 90-10, but they've increased the action tremendously, and they've done it really well in a way where you actually get that kind of thrill with the storytelling.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of shows have a lot of trouble balancing out proper character development and story with action. But this show marries it really well. So you get a lot of action, but you get really, really well-written character development.
Yeah. It's one of those shows so far that I've seen recently that's got that more gritty style to it, which I know we've talked about before, where it's kind of being overused. But this show does it so well you really don't notice or care. The lighting, the transitions so far in the first season, I mean, it's been fantastic.
Yeah, I agree that the dark and gritty tone that ever since Batman Begins, every movie and TV show has tried to capture and do, it's overrated and, as he said, overused. This show does it really well, where that even with the action and the dialogue and even the lighting, it still feels like a comic book show, which is hard to pull it off with that dark and gritty and then that
especially with the
fantastical.
the way they pull it off is good. And then the flashback scenes, like the transitions even from just the city to the island, the transitions alone are great. And then the island scenes themselves are fantastic.
Yeah, I could almost watch an entire season of just nothing but the flashback scenes.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
Every time I watch an episode, I'm just can't wait to. I love what they're doing in the city. It's great.
But I can't wait for the transition.
I want to see what happened to him on the island because
Exactly.
they leave it as such a mystery and all the scars and everything he has. It's you want to know.
That's what do you hate about the show though?
I wouldn't say hate, but dislikes. I mean, there's some moments where you just kind of get out of it. Like I don't know. Like there's scenes and storylines where I'm just kind of like, okay. Like that's kind of out there, but it works. And I hate how it's so obvious sometimes that it's him, and people are like, who could this guy be?
Yeah, that's my probably the biggest issue. It's not a hate. I said hate. You know, we always say hate, but this is a dislike because I love the show so much. It's so clear that Oliver Queen is the vigilante. Like, yeah, maybe I'm biased since I'm watching the show and I know it, but I'm pretty confident that if I lived in Starling City, I would know that Oliver Queen was the vigilante, seeing that he was found after 5 years on an island.
Yeah.
And then, holy shit, there's a vigilante in town.
Which I guess technically Felicity Smoke kind of caught it pretty quick, but you think more people would catch on besides just her?
Yeah. Diggle kind of caught on to it too.
Yeah.
But and another thing I don't like is the hood is it's really hard to conceal your identity, even with the green makeup on. It's really hard to pull that off, and I mean they do kind of a good job of keeping him in the shadows, so it kind of works. But there's still moments like when he's helping his stepfather. What's his name? Walter.
Yeah.
When he's helping Walter, I'm like, Walter didn't look up.
Yeah. He was kind of.
He was out of it, so
anyways,
you can
still.
There's like gotta.
There's been other times too where it's been like he's like right there. It's like you don't know who I am.
And I don't think his mother Maura never caught on.
Yeah.
Like, or never explicitly says she caught on. Even whenever he was like, I need to know what the undertaking is right now. She's like, no, you don't need to know. It's like, really? You didn't put that together that, oh, I think my son might be the vigilante.
Possibly.
But that's my really only issue. It's the same thing I have with comic books or movies. It's also like the domino masks.
Yeah.
You know, which you don't see those very much. You only saw it on The Huntress.
Yeah.
She wore a domino mask, and I hate those because I think it's ridiculous because it doesn't conceal your identity at all. But then again, it seemed like a lot of people figured out who she was.
Yeah, especially after
So the mask was just kind of a accessory.
Yeah, just to help her keep hidden, I guess.
Yeah.
So since we're talking about characters, let's go ahead and talk about characters.
Let's do that.
All right.
Let's go with Oliver Queen, the leader of the show. He's played by Stephen Amell, who was hired based off of market research that showed that audiences, surprisingly, wanted a heroic-looking hero.
I do.
Who doesn't?
I know.
So, obviously, I was a little worried because I thought he was hired for his looks, and that's it. But I was wrong.
He may have been, but his acting skills worked. Like, I was really surprised how well he acted.
Yeah, and I say how great he is as an actor, that I'm pretty sure that I'm just still taken aback by how good he ended up being compared to what I thought. And I thought he was just going to be another pretty face. And it's amazing. He does his own stunts, or at least most of them. And, I mean, the dude's built like a brick shithouse.
Any guy that can do a salmon ladder on cue is
Exactly.
my hero.
And numerous times, because that's multiple takes.
Yeah, I'm sure. He does the salmon ladder. He does the bar poles for the martial arts stuff, and just other stuff he does, upside down flip thingies and whatever. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and honestly, it's a really drastic change from where I thought he was going to be the weak link in the show. Without him, the show wouldn't work at all. There's no way it would.
Yeah, and he does a good job with the comedy bits, which I'm happy with because of the DC series. In the Justice League, at least, is what I've read more. But Green Arrow and Green Lantern and Flash have one-liners. Flash is more humorous, but he did a good job capturing that humor.
Yeah,
but still being that dark, gritty.
Yeah, still keeping that dark and gritty feel.
Yeah, which I'm glad they didn't go with the cartoon or the comic version because
with the goatee and the weird mustache, it wouldn't look good.
It's much better this way.
So let's jump ahead to let's go with Diggle.
John Diggle.
John Diggle, and I completely have blanked what his name is.
Forgive us.
I apologize.
We like you.
He played on Dexter. I
Yeah.
know that. And season 5. He played on, But anyways, he starts out as Oliver Queen's bodyguard.
Right.
And then,
After Oliver Queen had dismissed pretty much 3 of them, or lost 4 or 5 of them.
yeah, like he kept avoiding him, and then Diggle was the only one that kind of
kept up.
and caught on to him, and then finally, whenever the vigilante was trying to fight Deadshot,
Yeah, Deadshot.
Diggle comes in and then gets shot with one of the arrows, so Oliver Queen saves him and then reveals himself to be Oliver Queen. At first, he's questioning it, but then he decides that the town does need a hero, needs to be protecting, and he wants to help the best he can. That character, I'm not entirely positive who he's really supposed to be substituting.
Yeah.
Well, I would say Red Arrow, but that doesn't make sense, especially considering later on in the series you do meet Roy Harper.
Yeah.
It's
probably just...
I think he's just a character they made up.
Yeah, it's probably just a substitute to have until they can get another Arrow-ish.
Which worries me because that means that I think eventually he's going to die.
Yeah.
And I really, really like this character.
Yeah, hopefully not, but I mean...
Hope not. Hope maybe he just leaves. But I worry with the way the show feels is that there's got to be a shocking death at least once a season.
It seems like it's going to be that way.
So, I do foresee him not making it probably through next season.
I think he might make it to season 3.
But either way, I love this character. I think the actor does a fantastic job. He's also in really good shape.
Yeah.
And very athletic. And him and Stephen Amell really have a really good chemistry.
They do. They work well together.
Yeah.
Their banter back and forth is fun.
Yeah.
I know it's all scripted, but it feels real.
It feels real, like they're really friends.
They're doing their job.
So let's go to Felicity.
Okay.
The hacker.
Works for Queen
Consolidated.
Consolidated, yeah, thank you.
I can't remember the actress's name either. Damn. I'm sorry.
Pardons.
But she's also fantastic.
Yeah, she does great. And
she's cute.
She cleans up pretty.
She does clean up pretty.
But she's
cute. She's funny.
Yeah.
Really funny. Like she does that really awkward.
She's got that down pretty well. Yeah. The kind of nervous humor.
Yeah.
And I like how he Oliver Queen keeps bringing her this crap. I have this laptop, this row with holes. Can you see if you can salvage the hard drive? I'm like, what?
I found it on the rough side of town or whatever. It's like, come on.
So she finds out pretty.
It's like he's like got the weakest stories I've ever heard.
And she kind of just ignores it, which is fun.
Like it's like
you can tell she knows.
I equate her to Lucius Fox in the Nolan trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he knows, but he doesn't now.
He just keeps his mouth shut.
Yeah, until later on.
Mm-hmm. And she does well with after they pull her in to be a part of the group.
Yeah, because she kind of she doesn't.
She only joins because of Walter.
Yeah, she wants to find Walter, but even after they find him, she sticks around because they need help.
And she wants to help the people.
Exactly.
So they do a good job with her, immersing her with. Like at first, I thought she was just gonna be a side character there for like 1 or 2 episodes for the season. Then they ended up pulling her in.
She was actually only supposed to be.
Was she?
Yeah, they hired her on full time.
Oh, nice. Good job.
Because the fans really, really wanted her back, so they pulled her in. So,
I'm glad. I like it.
Bravo, CW.
Yeah. So let's talk about the queens, I guess.
The Queens, yeah, let's go with them. I think we can jump through them because they're kind of side characters. They don't really do a whole lot.
Thea, Moira, and what's the father's name? Yeah.
Oliver, I think his name's Oliver.
I don't think so.
Or is it John?
I don't remember.
It's a generic name.
It's fine. But Thea Queen.
Father Queen.
You do Father Queen?
We'll go with Father
We'll do Father Queen. Let's start with him, I guess. Father Queen, who's really only in the first episode and flashbacks.
Yeah, every now and again.
Every now and again.
Not in very much, but
Probably not anymore.
yeah, probably not anymore. I think they've finished that up.
But
The actor does a good job.
it's fair. I mean, you only see him for 10 minutes.
It's really hard to judge his performance just
Yeah.
because he's in there so little.
You really feel he's concerned at the beginning with
Yeah.
his son, making sure he lives. And
so
after
you
he
get
kinda
that. You
goes
get a
off.
fatherly feeling from him.
And the whole, his book that he gave to Oliver, that whole thing's kind of neat and opens itself up through the season. Yeah, he does a good job for how short he's in it, which is fine. And then his wife, I don't remember her name.
I can't remember the actress's name either.
Never.
But again, she's in it. She actually has a pretty important role.
Yeah, and she does well. At
Does
first,
really
I was
well.
kind of just like,
Like, you really hate her, kind of,
yeah,
for a while. And then, like, she's willing to give up Walter.
yeah,
Like, and it's like, oh, come on now. Don't do that to him.
yeah.
And I actually thought when I first saw that Walter was going to be the villain.
Yeah, when it first started, that's what I thought too. Because he's
British.
British. They're always the bad guys.
They're villains all the time. Moira, though, she actually pulled off the villain, and then she felt bad.
Yeah.
And I thought that she did everything really well. She went through all the emotions properly, how you would expect, how we would, at
Yeah,
least.
and she did a fantastic job with the emotional scenes and the regular scenes. And then the family stuff, she does really well.
Yeah.
And then Thea,
The,
played by Willa Holland,
Yeah.
remembered one.
we got that one.
She does a good job. She kind of gets on my nerves occasionally.
Yeah,
I know she gets on yours too. For
Yeah,
something different. But.
she really irritates me because she doesn't move her fucking mouth. Not as much as another actor, which we'll get to in a little bit. But she does it, and it's irritating.
Yeah.
What about you? What is it about her that really irritates you?
I don't know. She seems kind of. I know she's supposed to be whiny, so that's fine. She does a good job with that, and that doesn't bother me. She just kind of, I don't know, like her voice isn't that high pitched, but sometimes it just feels like she screeches.
It does actually, and it's not high
It's
pitched
not
at all.
bad.
But
It feels weird.
It's like you're listening to Jonathan Davis talk or something.
But yeah, she does a good job for Speedy.
Which is just an odd, at least too.
Yeah.
Which is an odd.
It's cool that she ends up getting with
Roy Harper.
Roy Harper.
I thought that was cool.
And her name's Speedy.
I hope to God though they do not call him Speedy.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
If they do, I might stop watching the show.
But Willa Holland does a great job, and
Yeah.
and she ain't bad to look at.
Nope. Yeah. Besides the whole how she moves thing,
Yeah,
or how her mouth doesn't move,
she
she does pretty good.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the other non-mouth mover,
Peter Blackthorne.
Paul.
Paul Blackthorne.
Paul Blackthorne.
That's what he. Yeah.
And I've seen him in a few things.
Yeah.
Here and there. Like he's one of those actors, and so the other guy that I know is one of those like. I think he looks familiar.
Something.
Let me look that up.
As a matter of fact, yeah, I think there's only one character in the show. Whenever you were watching, they're like, "Oh, I know who he is," and
Yeah.
you said where he was from, and I thought that was cool. But like, other than that, not one person I could place.
Not really. Yeah.
But he plays Detective Lance.
Yeah.
Detective Lance. Besides the fact that he never moves his mouth, I love this character.
Yeah, he does fantastic.
Absolutely love it.
His emotions are really well.
And like he really jumps around all over the place. Like he's really conflicted. Like he knows the vigilante's trying to help.
and he does a good job.
But
it's against the law.
It's against the law, so he's
And he
conflicted. He really...
So he hates it, but at times later on, when he asks for help and stuff, it works to his advantage, and it helps.
But then he goes back after him and chase him.
Yeah, because he wants it to be his job, pretty much.
Exactly.
Which I can respect.
Yeah. It's understandable. So you don't hate him for chasing him, because you're like, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I love the character, and I actually got to where, like, I was legitimately worried during the season finale. I thought they were going to kill him off.
Yeah, I did too.
And I was like, oh God, please don't kill him. I was really like, I actually said it out. I was like, don't kill him. I was like, it's just a TV show. Calm down, Jake.
I want him to be alive.
I know. I was really like upset about it because I really thought it was gonna happen, but they didn't. Spoiler alert: they didn't kill him.
Yeah, he
but
did.
I love the character. Probably my favorite character on the show.
Probably, yeah.
So we go from him. We go to
Laurel,
Laurel.
might as well.
The love interest of Stephen Amell, of Oliver Queen rather.
Yeah.
She does good.
I think she plays the character really well. She has the, I like the fire that she has for her job.
Yeah, she also kicks ass.
Yeah, she's
Like
awesome.
literally kicks ass.
Yeah.
Like scary. Nice.
Sorry. And I don't know, there's times with her, I'm like, it's just one of those drama things. You're like, don't do that. He slept with your sister.
Yeah. Yeah, she goes back with him, and I'm like,
But
come on.
I get it, I guess. Whatever. It is
He
what
fucked
it
your
is.
sister on a boat, and then she died. That's, like, unforgivable.
Yeah.
But,
Until he saves the city, then maybe.
then maybe.
But, still a couple more. Let's go ahead and knock out the son and the father, the last two. Unless you think of someone else.
Who's the son and the father? Oh. The Merlyns?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Merlyns.
Mr. Merlyn.
Tommy Merlyn, which is Oliver Queen's best friend.
Yep. And his co-worker.
And his co-worker, eventually.
Or his, yeah.
The actor does a really good job. I love that character. He's second favorite to,
He's so charming.
he is really charming.
Really charming.
But the character is
He gets
really
it from
good.
his father.
Must. Goddamn British people.
He's not.
Well, yeah, not the character. Anyways, I really like this character. I thought he developed really well. At first, I thought it was gonna be just like a throwaway character almost.
Yeah, I was worried they were going to have conflict between him, which they did.
They did, but not. It wasn't.
ended
Yeah,
better.
it ended well. It was. His character was probably the best developed, I think, in the show.
Yeah, because he's kind of rich, so you just kind of like, okay, fine.
He's just
And
another.
then
rich-
you kind of works for himself, like, okay, and you kind of respect him, and then it's a good
Then you
twist
get.
for him. Like,
Then
a good-
they have the conflict with him and Oliver Queen, and you're like, you understand it.
yeah, like you get mad.
But you-
Honestly, I kind of got mad at Oliver Queen. You're like, really?
You should. He's your best friend.
Come on.
But yeah, but the character is really well written and well developed. The actor is brilliant. I'm honestly, and again, spoiler alert, he's dead.
No.
He dies at the end of the season finale in the most heroic way.
It was a great ending.
Yeah,
you know?
he died in the best possible way. He saves Laurel from a building that's collapsing, and then it collapses on him, and he.
He's got a piece of rhubarb sticking out of
Yeah,
his chest.
Oliver Queen comes in to help him and tries to lift it up, and he's like, I don't think I'm going to make it, and then it pans down, and you see the rebar hanging out, or sticking out of his gut. It's like, oh,
You'll be fine.
yeah, he's probably going to die. But then it's that emotional scene right there where Stephen Amell does such a fantastic job.
Yeah.
Crying, he's so sad over
His
his
dramatic
friend.
chops were on par. that
Yeah,
night.
exactly. And,
Very good.
but yeah, I thought that was a really good ending for the character.
Yeah.
I'm bummed out he's not going to be in it.
Yeah.
But it had to happen, I guess.
Yeah, someone had to die.
It kind of gives him the vigilante more reason to go.
And then there's no fight between Laurel.
Exactly.
So, I mean,
So
it
they
made
had to
sense.
end that conflict.
Yeah, it made sense. It just sucks.
Let's
Let's talk about his dad.
talk about his father, Malcolm Merlyn,
Malcolm.
the Black Arrow.
John Barrowman.
That's the character he knew. That's the actor he knew from
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Captain Jack Harkness. It's fantastic.
When I first saw the character, I was like,
He's a
He's
charming motherfucker.
yeah, but like I was like, he's the villain. Like I really didn't buy it at first, but then like as the show progresses, holy shit, he's a bad guy, and he's a villain, but the best of them.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
I was really surprised at him. I thought he did fantastic. The evil plan, but there's also, you feel for him. You understand
his
reasoning.
want for justice,
Yeah.
but he's going about it the wrong way.
Yeah, so you understand that you feel for him. You just hate. He's a villain, so you gotta hate him. And he's also. It turns out he's a badass.
Yeah.
Too. Like, and again, whenever they showed him and he was the Black Arrow, I thought, I don't buy that.
Yeah.
And then it was in the last episode, actually, the vigilante shot the arrow at him. He just catches it, and I was like, oh shit, he's a badass.
Yeah.
That was that moment right there. I was like, oh, damn.
Well, when I started watching the show, the episode where you meet Malcolm, but you don't know who he is, and then you don't know he's a Merlyn. You just know he's Malcolm. And then you see Tommy go home to talk to his dad. He takes off the fencing helmet after he banned him from his funds. Takes off the helmet. My first reaction was like, "Duh, yes." That's crazy. But the first time I saw him, I was freaking out. Like I was at home, like flipping out. I love Doctor Who and just love John Barry. I love that character. He's such a charming mother. He's so good. It made me happy.
And see, they kept it open though at the end. I think. I'm not sure they said he died.
I think he is.
Oliver Queen told Tommy he didn't kill his father, but it could have been just he didn't want his best friend dying, knowing that his best friend killed his father.
Yeah.
So I mean, that could have been a lie, but then they don't clearly show that he dies.
They just show the spoiler. They just show the kind of late.
Yeah.
The arrow blowing up, and then he come on the ground. I don't remember anything else after that.
Yeah, I don't. So I mean, he's probably dead, but I think they kind of left it open where he could return.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think he will.
I don't think so. They need to open it up. They need to have somebody different now.
Yeah. And with him still alive, they'd still be going after the same thing.
Yeah.
And they've kind of established who he is in the stories.
So they kind of ruined his.
They kind of need a new villain.
Because he'd have to be an underground villain now. But so now we need somebody that can be the puppet master, but be the face of a company or something. Speaking of villains, let's jump into the pool of villains that we got this season. I'm going to start with Vertigo.
Vertigo was good. I was kind of worried because like the comic series, I mean he's
It's hypnotism, isn't it?
Huh?
Hypnotism, isn't it?
Yeah, like he's kind of got a magic flair to him. Kind of just hypnotizes people and makes them do what he wants.
He's Count.
But they did a good job making all these villains realistic.
Yeah.
Instead of living in this fantasy world, which I like. So with him being the drug creator / dealer,
Of Vertigo, which gives you a euphoric, hypnotized feel.
Yeah.
But it will ruin your life. The actor they got, again, his name escapes me. Fantastic. I had seen him before. He was in Law and Order SVU.
Did he rape somebody?
No.
Oh, that's right.
He beat a hooker to death.
Just
One of the rare episodes where nobody got raped. Anyways.
we're fans.
He did so good in that, and then I saw him like, oh, yeah, he was in that. And I was like, he's going to do pretty good with this, and he did. He was fantastic. He was scary almost.
Creepy. Yeah. And even the second episode with him, where he's already nuts.
Yeah, he's not. He's like literally nuts.
He still did really well.
He did. I also, honestly, whenever I first saw him, I thought they were going for the Riddler. Almost.
Yeah, a little bit.
I almost thought that.
They kind of gave him that feel.
Yeah.
But they did a good job with it.
And then we get Deadshot.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, it's not really a whole lot. I mean, other than the fact that he's not wearing just, shiny fucking silver as he is in the comic books.
Right.
He's wearing
And
assassin gear.
And I'm happy with his storyline with Diggle.
Oh, yeah, it's really good.
It's so good. And I can't wait for it to finish up next season.
They didn't get him yet.
Mm-mm.
He's escaped.
Yeah, so next season I'm sure that'll come back up, which is fine. I'm excited for that.
Because I love the guy that played Deadshot. He did great.
Oh, yeah.
And Deadshot's a scary-ass villain.
Yeah.
And then we get
Deathstroke.
He's in the flashbacks.
Yeah.
He's still not dead yet.
No.
He's still around, so we're going to see more of him, and I'm willing to bet we're going to see him in the city.
Probably. He's probably going to hear about the
The
hood.
vigilante, and then he's going to be like,
come back or something. I'm sure that'll explain itself in the island of why it's going on here.
You're right.
So that'll be a good reveal for that. We were talking about her once, I think, Huntress.
Huntress, yeah. She kind of flirted the line. She was almost a hero, but then she switched completely over to villain.
She was kind of like Green Arrow's Catwoman.
More or less. Honestly, I wasn't a fan of her.
She was okay.
It was
She
fine.
didn't do a bad job.
No, the actress did okay.
The character herself was just kind of bland.
Yeah, I didn't really like the character. It was.
Her storyline was okay.
Yeah, but the character was bland, like you said. It was really plain, so you don't really get into it.
And I don't know what it was about her, but her speaking voice for some reason bothered me.
It was like nails on a chalkboard.
She's not a bad actress.
No, just the voice.
Not really a huge fan.
And
Sorry.
the character was
Still pretty to look at.
very pretty to look at.
Anyways, who else we have?
I'm trying to think other
Firefly.
Firefly.
That was
Really
done
cleverly done.
Yeah.
He's not floating around shooting flamethrowers and shit. Which is,
No, that would have been really weird.
that would have been really odd in the city, but it was really well done. He was just a fireman who got burnt up, and they thought he was dead.
He was on the Firefly squad.
He was on the Firefly squad. He
Which
had
explains
a
the tattoos.
tattoo of a firefly. I always thought that was really.
It was very clever the way they pulled that off. It worked really well. And again, with that one though, with that villain, it was kind of obvious. Stephen Amell, like Oliver Queen, is.
Yeah, because he was really investigating that one.
Yeah.
And not the Hood. The Hood was not investigating it. Oliver Queen was investigating
And I just love when Oliver Queen and Laurel leave the fire department, and his phone rings. She's calling him.
Yeah,
and they walk away, and they're on the phone together. And it's hilarious.
but that's another part. I didn't like just because Oliver Queen is the one that states he's not dead. He's alive. Why would he be looking that up?
Yeah.
So it's kind of silly, but it worked out, and I thought that was going to be the moment where Laurel figures out.
I thought that was coming up too.
Because
I think that'll be season 2.
Yeah.
Middle season 2.
Because her friend that she works with, her brother died from Firefly, and so her friend gave her a badge to give to the vigilante. And I thought that was going to be the moment where she hands it to Oliver. I was like, here, the vigilante is supposed to have this.
Can't think of any other villains.
Nope.
I think that's about it. So, overall
Overall,
for the season?
loved it. It's a fantastic show. CW surprised me.
Yeah, which I like Supernatural. It's not one of my favorite shows, but it's fun. I enjoy it. So that's the only show on CW I actually really cared about. I never really watched it,
Alright.
but to have a show on CW I actually liked was surprising. And I think you were the one that told me that the writers for that wrote
Mark Guggenheim and I can't remember the other guy's name, but Mark Guggenheim's one of them.
Yeah.
Who helped write the Green Lantern. That movie was a fucking clusterfuck. I don't want to get into that movie.
I liked it for like the scenes because like I enjoy the Green Lantern, so I liked seeing it on camera, but I didn't like the movie.
It was awful.
Yeah. But anyways, overall I think the show did fantastic, and I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah, it's I thought as we said, the story was really well done. Character development was great. Dialogue was even good. There's some parts that were a little bit iffy, and some of the fight scenes were a little bit too choreographed.
Yeah, but I do like how the camera's not up close.
Yeah,
I'll show
that
you
really
too.
gets tiring. A lot of
They did a good job with their action scenes.
they did.
Hopefully, they can keep it up next season.
Yeah, so let's talk about predictions. Let's
All
go with our predictions.
I think by the end of season 2 and at the latest, middle of season 3, we will meet Black Canary,
Yes.
and I hope it's Laurel.
I don't think it's gonna be Laurel.
Probably not, but I hope it is.
I think it's gonna be her sister.
Yeah, that could work too. Yeah,
I think it's gonna be her sister.
She could be alive.
I mean, it could be either or. I know in the comic books Laurel is Black Canary, but I do think it's gonna end up being her sister.
Could be. I'm okay with either.
I also think by the end of next season, and again maybe halfway through season 3, we'll see Nightwing.
That'd be awesome.
They have to have. I really hope maybe next season. I hope the Riddler's the main villain.
That would be fantastic. Because Steven's got that intelligence like Batman, where it would
challenge
the
it
Riddler.
fit really well. And in the comic books, Riddler was a proper villain for the Green Arrow.
Yeah.
So I think it would work, and he would definitely work in that universe.
Yeah. I think if Diggle does die, he will die saving someone.
I think he'll die saving Oliver.
Probably.
I think that's what's going to happen. He'll die saving him, but I hope Deadshot kills him.
That's mean.
It's harsh, but I want to give Oliver a reason, a
To go
drive
after him.
to kill him.
That's good.
And it'll be a vengeful thing. It'll be that moment whenever it doesn't matter if he's too dangerous, people like it won't matter if he's on the list, or it won't matter if
It's just pretty much revenge.
he
straightforward.
has to kill him because he killed his friend. I hope that's what happens.
Maybe he dies saving. I can't remember her name now.
Felicity?
His girl.
Oh,
His brother's wife.
his brother's wife.
Weird, but it's fine. It works. But maybe he dies saving her,
Yeah.
and then Oliver Queen goes after him.
Yeah, I do. I think next season we'll see at least one major death. I'm gonna say Diggle will be the one to die. Maybe Mora.
Maybe.
But I wouldn't count her as a major death.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That's about it for me.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
We'll see what
We'll
happens.
also see. I think we're gonna see Roy Harper take up the red arrow.
Yeah, we forgot about him.
Yeah,
Which he did fantastic.
he did really good too.
And I like the parkour style fighting.
Yeah.
That's really nice to see.
So yeah, but I think we're gonna see him actually take on the mantle of Red Arrow, whatever they end up calling him, or he might even be Arsenal. He was also called Arsenal.
Yeah.
Eventually, in the comic book. So he might be that, but I doubt that. I imagine it'll be Red Arrow or whatever the equivalent is.
Yeah.
Because they can't call him Red Hood.
And I'm going to predict by the end of season 2 that he's going to at least meet Green Arrow. Maybe not know who he is, but meet him and try and either join him or something.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have a conflict for a while.
Yeah.
And I think he'll eventually he'll figure out, I need to do this. I need to be a vigilante like him, and then I will meet him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he'll do, and then they'll conflict, and eventually they'll get together, and they'll be like, we kind of need each other.
Yeah.
So, I think that's what's going to happen. And I think that's season 2. I'm really excited for.
I can't wait.
They already have season 2. They already know how it's going to go. They have it planned out. And they're already planning season 3 and 4, which proves that this show's going to have a really long and healthy life.
I just can't wait to see how they get off the island.
I know. I'm
It's like
excited.
Lost all over again.
Except for good.
Hey, that's me.
I don't know.
Anyways, so those predictions. So that's the review.
So, until next time, I'm Jake.
I'm John. Like us if you like the video. Comment your ideas if you have predictions or what you thought about the show. Share it with your friends.
Absolutely. So, we'll see you next.
Very well.
How long have you been there?
Enough to hear your lies.
Are you still mad at us?
You shot me in the ass.
Yeah. Guess I went a little far on that one.
I'm gonna have to turn my back on you.
Stop. Come on. Don't be a baby.
Come on, turn around.
Let that be a lesson to you.
Fine. Raccoon!
Fuck me.
Oh, it was just a joke.
Fuck you and your Asian too.
You know what? I don't have to sit here and take that from you. That's just racist. I can't believe you would say that to me. Ninja vanish.
The fuck did he go?